Hi, Jonathan and Haley. Hope you're having a good time at the Girl Scouts Shindig. This is a video lesson for today. 3 things I want to talk about. I'll go down the list. And at the end, if you have any questions or want me to look at anything, just shoot a video or a question over and I'll do my best to answer and or watch. So cool, let's get to it. So note reading, super important. There will come a time, and I have people, I do my best to tell them to practice your note reading. And sometimes, it doesn't happen that way, unfortunately, is that probably like when we get into book 3, the pieces are getting more and more complex, and just solely doing them by ear or by rote is probably not the most best way of doing it. And so it's actually an area of like frustrations, like someone doesn't practice note reading enough before we get to this spot, like mid book 3, then they get really frustrated at the book because the pieces are so hard to pick out what's going on. There's like multiple lines happening at the same time. They're more and more independent from each other. That it's best for us now to really be throwing on the note reading stuff. That way when she gets to those pieces, she'll be very comfortable. So it's not like we're like late behind a note reading, but making sure that we're continuously always doing note reading. And so for practice for that, what I'd like her to do, and Jonathan can help, is practice for the waltz, even though we're not like really going to start it yet. But maybe we can start doing is like naming the notes of the piece, because it's not super dense. So you can practice like maybe picking one line, like the top line right here, and kind of reading that. If the stems are aiming up, that's part of the same line. So see these lines these stems have an up stem. That means you would follow that as a line right there. You practice saying the note names and seeing if you can play the individual line. Seeing if you can name the bass note, and then can you play the bass line? Can you play the interior voice right here, the altos and the tenors, right? Can you play, think of it as like a 4-part chorale. You got your soprano up here, your bass down here, and your tenor and your alto in the middle. Kind of the piece goes. And can you play each individual one? Can you name the notes, right? So I like to use this one as kind of like a testing ground, like where are we with our note reading? How fluent are we with our note reading? Because what I like to do before getting into book 3 is giving a piece that you probably won't be able to find a recording of, or she just tried to do it from just the sheet music. So that way, I feel comfortable that in the future, if someone throws some sheet music in front of her, she can figure it out. Obviously, you should always be listening to your pieces too whenever you're working on them. But so when you're working on waltz, when we get to that point in the Andantino, when she's working right now, you should be listening to it all the time. And even when she's in book 9 and getting ready for her first concerto, she should still be listening to what she's about ready to play. But there's nothing replaces, because at some point the music gets so complex that picking out by ear, yeah, you can pick out elements of it, but trying to do it all from ear would be a tall order for me. Like if you said to learn book 9 by ear, I would have a very hard time with that because it's complex, right? So cool. So that'll get my soapbox off that one. Next thing is number 2, arpeggio drill number 5. That one is this. And if you don't have 4, let me know. I went back in my notes and I couldn't find which arpeggio was the last one I gave you, but I'll give you book number 5. It's not super hard compared to what she's been doing before. So this one right here on strings 4-3-2, thumb, P, I, M, P, I, M, reset, P, I, M, reset, P, I, M. And so that I'm doing everything placed down, resetting, G, M, reset, P, I, M, reset. She can do that with her book 2 tonalization. Reset. The idea with the reset is that we're not flying, our fingers aren't flying away. She's having a chance to come back and put the hand right here in a nice right hand position. Fingers over top of the adjacent string below, right? As we see all the time, right? And then when she can do that, comfortably, and then fingers aren't flying away or anything like that, then P, I, M, to keep it going, keep it rolling. Practice that for me. Yeah, and then like once she gets really comfortable with it, the idea would be that she would have like a sequential placement of the fingers, like P, I, M, P, I, M. So here I'm going P, I, M, P, I, M. These are going down, and the thumb is striking. So P, I, M, reset. Do it that way first. And when she gets that really good, more better. That right there, sequential placement. Go practice that for me. And then I think Jonathan, I think you said that the A section is coming along very nicely, and then we're looking at the B section, the middle section of the andantino. We need a little bit of guidance. I guess I can't speak to what the specific issue is because I just haven't seen what she's playing. So if you want to send something over, I can take a look at it. I'll kind of go off of what's happened in the past when I've taught this piece, and there's been a hiccup in the B section. The big thing is the left-hand fingering. Sometimes students won't pay. See these little numbers on here? These are the left-hand fingers that you'll use. So like pointer finger, no finger, and then over here, this is the big one here, the 4 and the 1. A lot of people will use their ring finger there, not the pinky, but you want to use your pinky for that note right there. So making sure you stay true to the fingering. The fingering is good in this one. I'm not one to do the fingering just because. There has to be a reason for doing it, but this is a good fingering, so I wouldn't change it at all. So you have the right. Can you go? How do you practice? And see if you can play them as block shapes. Block I and M chord right here. So I would practice this. So right hand first. Right. Making sure I'm using the correct fingers. There I changed my bass note because the bass note has changed in the piece. So right hand, 2, 3, 4. So I'm doing there as I'm practicing. Switching my thumb so my fingers don't do this. So I would practice that right there. So with this one, the right hand doing the thumb moving between the 4th and the 3rd string, and then left hand making sure you're doing the correct fingering for the B section. Like I said, I am not sure if that's exactly what's going on with her, but historically speaking, when I taught this piece, when I teach this piece, that's usually the issue is left hand fingering, and then right hand, can you do the block shapes without the thumb doing something like this? Let's go over that one more time. So here, right, make sure that thumb stays put there, and then extending the thumb up without rolling the fingers up high. So here. So you might even want to practice this, placing I and M on strings 1 and 2, and then raising and then lowering the thumb, and then doing the block shape, lower the thumb, right? That way this doesn't do anything wonky over here. Cool, man. So work on those 3 things for me. Like I said, if you want me to look at anything, send a video over. I'll be more than happy to take a look. So I'll see you guys same time next time. Bye.